Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out rockbottomcoins.com for your one-stop shop of buying or selling coins and solo grinding services. Use code Zirksee at checkout for 10% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today we have my out of position player predictions for Madden 19, and I gotta say I am pretty excited to get into my predictions. Now, I just want to say, keep in mind not every single player on this list is gonna get a card. That's just not how it works. They don't really do a ton of out of position players. Yes, they will do maybe 2 per position, maybe 3 if we're lucky. But I did take a look at the players that we got from last year and also players that have done something out of position this year. And I hope you guys do enjoy my list. So make sure you guys let me know down below who you guys think could possibly get an out of position player for the Christmas promo coming up. And I gotta say, Christmas promo is probably my favorite promo out of the entire year. Out of position is definitely extremely fun to mess around with, and there's maybe even some legends they could drop that would be out of position, which I don't have any legends in this list. It's just gonna be players that are currently playing right now that I feel like should get some cards. So with that being said, let's get into the list. So starting off at the quarterback position, I feel like it's gonna be the most fun to start out with. We do have Odell Beckham Jr. at the QB. Now, I'm going to be doing, as you guys can notice, one card in front of you, and I'm going to be telling you guys the other cards that could possibly be here. So, first off, Odell. This man literally, and it's so funny, for the Giants, they have 2 passing, I think they only have like 2 pass plays total of over 40 yards this entire year, and they're both by Odell Beckham Jr. That's pretty ridiculous. So, I do believe that OBJ should get a quarterback card. I feel like this one is probably locked up. To be honest, with the fact that he's literally been a better quarterback than Eli Manning for the Giants. Also, Tariq Cohen, who just had a passing touchdown versus the Giants as well, he probably get one. We also have Kevin Byard, who I believe had a fake punt pass touchdown, like a 70-yard fake pass punt down. He could possibly get one if they decide to do him. And then, of course, Julian Edelman. Edelman is basically known to get things. I think he's actually had a couple of pass attempts this year as well. So for the quarterbacks, I definitely feel like OBJ is locked up. Tariq Cohen possibly, Kevin Byard, Julian Edelman. Another guy to keep in mind is possibly Terrell Pryor or Walter Payton if they decide to do that. But again, that's a Legends player. Don't really want to get into that. And then, of course, Terrell Pryor hasn't really played this year, and I really don't think they'll do more than maybe 2 QBs. So if they're going to do only 2 of these players, it's more than likely going to be Edelman and OBJ. Now on to fullbacks. We actually have 2 fullbacks I believe could get cards. Now if they only decide to do one of these, I feel like it's pretty obvious which one. Akeem Hicks. He did actually score a touchdown this previous week. Now Dontari Poe did have a card last week, or not last week, last year he did have a fullback card. So it's kind of possible that he could see another repeat card if they decide to do 2 fullbacks, Akeem Hicks and Dontari Poe. Of course, Poe being a little bit faster, I still feel like to do Hicks just because this was the year that he actually scored. So, those are my fullbacks. Now on to the secondary players, and I know I said I have no legends, but how can you do it without putting free safety Calvin Johnson? So obviously we had to go with Calvin Johnson at free safety out of position. He's literally been at free safety every single year for like the past 3 years. 3-4 years, something like that. So he definitely does, no, longer than that actually. He's been a free safety ever since I think he had ever since he played safety. So he definitely will be in the Christmas promo as an out of position free safety. If you guys played last year, then you know there was actually a big glitch with this free safety Calvin Johnson where you opened up the Christmas packs. He was actually in there for like a limited time. I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Every single pack you opened, you were going to get a Calvin Johnson. That absolutely killed the out-of-position Calvin Johnson market because, in general, he was a limited-time card, but he was going for so cheap. So I definitely feel like we will be getting Calvin Johnson, free safety. Another free safety we could get is possibly Julio Jones. Of course, he did have, I think he had an interception, actually, versus the Seahawks in the playoffs. And then last year, they actually did a cornerback, John Ross. So for the secondary, I'm not exactly sure who else to put here. Who else do you think you guys could get a possible corner or a safety card? I was kind of thinking, and I really couldn't think of anybody else besides John Ross, Calvin Johnson, and free safety Julio, but still, that's a pretty solid secondary. So that being said, on to the next position. So on to the out of position tight ends, and I actually have only 2 players for this. First off is J.J. Watt. I believe he's gotten a tight end position like the past 2 years. He's gotten out of position tight end, which I definitely feel like they will do again with J.J. Watt. And the second one, and to be honest with you guys, I really didn't know where to put this man, Taysom Hill. I feel like he deserved to be on this list because he literally plays like 6 or 7 different positions for the Saints. I didn't know where to put him, so I decided to put him in tight end. If you're a Saints fan, let me know where he plays the most at. I know that he has played QB, running back, punt returner, kick returner. He's been all over the field. I think he even played actually in the secondary. So he could technically get a cornerback card if they decide to do Taysom Hill cornerback. But I feel like tight end might make a little bit more sense for this guy. So at tight ends, we have J.J. Watt and Taysom Hill. Now at wide receiver, this is actually where it gets a little bit fun this year. So, of course, we do have, we've had Patrick Peterson in the past, so I have to add Patrick Peterson as a wide receiver. But, you guys see it on your screen, wide receiver, Baker Mayfield. This man, I hope, gets a wide receiver card. That would be absolutely insane if Baker did end up getting a wide receiver. I believe he actually did catch a pass this year, so would it make sense for Baker Mayfield to get a wide receiver card? Also, Christian McCaffrey. This man has been all over the field this year, and I feel like he deserves a wide receiver. He literally could be a wide receiver, so they might as well give him a wide receiver card, which I believe they did the same thing with Le'Veon Bell last year. So to me, it makes sense they did Le'Veon Bell, one of the better receiving backs in the league, and people were saying, he could be a wide receiver if he wanted to. Christian McCaffrey could definitely be a slot receiver. So for wide receivers, definitely Baker Mayfield, Patrick Peterson, and Christian McCaffrey. Now on to the running backs, and I feel like this one's gotta happen. If EA wants to make some people happy, I feel like they gotta do this. Lamar Jackson, running back. The man is literally a running back, let's be honest here. He has played pretty decent at QB, but if you look at the stats for every single game he's played in, he's been running like crazy. So I feel like it would just be fun to use Lamar Jackson at running back. Since he is so elusive, I feel like he definitely needs to get one. Another guy I would say would be, of course, Cordarrelle Patterson for the Patriots. He had a game where I believe he actually took over at the running back position and scored like 2 touchdowns, at least 1 touchdown, I know for sure. So he definitely had a pretty good game there. And then Mike Vick. Mike Vick last year did have a running back card. He also had a running back and a cornerback. So he could possibly get both of those. But if he's going to get one, I would definitely love to have, running back Mike Vick, because that was insane. That card was so slippery, so elusive, so fast. It was impossible to tackle, which is kind of like the same thing with the Lamar Jackson. So that's why I kind of want to see Lamar Jackson and Mike Vick. Could you imagine having to face off versus Lamar Jackson, Mike Vick at running back, and then like another Mike Vick at QB? That would be insane. Now on to the punters. This one's kind of obvious. Big Ben and Brady. These two, I believe, for the past couple of years have gotten, punter cards. So not really a surprise there. As for kickers, I didn't really think about kickers to this very moment. I guess Ndamukong Suh could get a kicker card. I know that he has usually getting a kicker card every couple of years or so. Let me know down below who else you guys think could possibly get a kicker or a special teams player, basically kicker or punter. But Brady and Ben, I feel like they definitely will end up getting kick and a punter. And on to my last position is actually going to be middle linebacker. Now, they're all, of course, defensive line, offensive line. Those ones are kind of hard to pick out on exactly what EA wants to do with those. But for middle linebacker, I am going to be going with middle linebacker Gronk and middle linebacker LaDainian Tomlinson. Of course, both of these cards we've seen in years past for Chris Brown, especially last year. We had middle linebacker LaDainian Tomlinson, and he actually was a golden ticket. And I remember pulling that card, so that was a little weird. LaDainian Tomlinson really wasn't my favorite out-of-position player this past year, but Gronk, of course, is ginormous, great catching, good speed, amazing jumping. He's definitely a really fun to user at middle linebacker. So guys, that is my out-of-position predictions for this upcoming Zero Chill promo, and I gotta say, I'm super excited about this. Make sure you guys go ahead and smack that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what people you think should get some out-of-position players. And of course, we are closing in now on 50,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we are about 500 away. I'm recording this video at 2 a.m. So I don't know how many subscribers were at the time where you guys are watching this, but at the time of recording, we are 500 subscribers away. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that sub button if you guys are not already subscribed. Also, that notification bell does come in handy pretty well on this channel because, of course, I'm usually one of the first, if not the first people up with the new content. So make sure you guys go ahead and turn that notification bell on. And, of course, once the Crisp Pro does drop, I'll have a video out every single morning telling you guys what the gift is, what players are revealed, what's in packs. You guys definitely don't want to miss out on that. Crisp Pro is going to be a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time.